crazy work day. Thought I'd document a day in a life as an agency owner, more in particular, a clipping agency owner. I feel like what a lot of people do on social media, and especially for short form, is they only document the highlights in their life. The whole point of this YouTube channel is to show you the rawest version that I possibly could deliver of what it looks like to run businesses. And whether that's my software company, my clipping agency. So I guess we're gonna call this day in the life of a clipping agency owner. Just to dumb down what I basically do on my agency is I connect content clippers, so people that make clips of whatever, to creators. So I'll give you an example. Let's say Mr. Beast comes to me and says, yo Luca, if I give you $50,000, how many views can you get for me? Then I hit up my army of clippers to make a bunch of content for Mr. Beast. I pay the clippers for making the content, and then I take a percentage of it for myself as managing the entire thing as the agency. The influencers need the clippers to get views. The clippers get the views, they get paid, and as an agency owner, I get paid as a middleman without ever having to make any clips. That's pretty much how she goes. It's kind of like media buying, but I'm just arbitraging the entire thing. I also work with businesses that also need scripting. They need their main pages done for content, and they don't know how to edit or make good content. So what my team does is scripts videos for people that work with our agency. Then we get the creator to film the content, and then they send us the content, we edit it, and then we get them to post it. And then once we scale, we build clipping/sub accounts, and that's how we scale creators. I know it sounds kind of complicated, kind of simple at the same time, but that's probably the best way I could describe it. Yesterday, I literally clocked in a 12-hour work shift, and this is not healthy by any means. I basically woke up, had coffee, drank water, worked out, and I didn't fucking stop working until 10 p.m. That's when I had my first and final meal of the day, which is not okay. It's not healthy to do that, but I'm in a phase of my life right now where if I want to get to the next level, I need to do whatever it's going to take, even if it's a day of working 12 hours a day, to get to that level. Obviously not whatever it takes, like do illegal, cut corners, be unmoral and stuff like that. I'm talking about work ethic. But I want to set the bar so high for myself where I'm tired of working with low profile clients. I want to work with high profile clients that are willing to take risks, spend money, because that's ultimately how an agency like myself gets people results. If you're like, Luca, I want to spend $1,000, get me 10 million views, it's like, that's unrealistic. So I want to work with killers. That's my goal for September, October. I want to scale to work with killers only. Because when I look at the big picture, my entire team, whether it's my software, whether it's my co-founder, whether it's my sales team, and my team behind my agency, I only work with killers. So why shouldn't I target killers as my ICP in my agency? Recently, I also set some non-negotiables in my life that I have to stick to from now until the end of time, right? Number one, it's gonna be going to the gym every single day. And if I'm sore, I'm gonna get my ass outside and do 10,000 steps. I don't care how much work I have to do. Health is literally one of the most important things. Number two is pray at least once per day. If I can't have a relationship with God, then I can't have anything in this life. If I can't keep my relationship with God for at least once a day, if I can't do my due diligence, then who am I to deserve any success in this life? And number three, it's try to put my all every single day in whatever I'm building. Those are my top three non-negotiables. Like, I don't care what the heck is going on. I don't care what is happening. That needs to be done. Obviously, like, Luca, what if something really bad happens that day? Then sure, right? Like, but for the most part, those are my three non-negotiables, like for every single regular day. It is currently 2:50 p.m. I have a call with one of my students in 10 minutes to go over some stuff that he needs help with his agency. Yesterday, we had a pretty good day in terms of numbers on the business. I am cooking up signing one of our biggest clients in a while. He's one of the biggest in the info space, and I believe he does TikTok shop or drop shipping or both. I'm not quite sure, but I'm not gonna drop any names because I'm working on closing him. And also, not to speak this into the air as well, I'm working on closing a client, and I'm not gonna expose what TV show he's from, But this TV show is where investors are on the show and they invest into small businesses and companies. Without saying the name of the show, I'm currently working on signing an investor on that show to do clipping for their personal brand or whatever business they might have. So wish me luck. I don't want to say any names or nothing, but that would be a monster client. Sheesh. But quite frankly, what I think I'm gonna do this winter is travel a lot, because I can't stand to be in Canada for 6 months of not being in the sun. So I'm just gonna travel a lot, and that will prevent me from driving my M3, and it will also prevent me from being in the freezing cold for 6 months out of the year. Just went out, grabbed a quick bev. If you know, you know. But the only problem with this drink is it has quite a bit of sugar, but the ingredients are pretty good, unlike your average energy drink that has 0 sugar, but has a million chemicals. So we're drinking these. And just like that, we are going back to work. In terms of delegating my business, I just hired a new copywriter and I just got my batch of scripts for my client. In our agency, sometimes we need to script reels for our clients. Copywriters are a dime a dozen. They're hard to find good ones. And I just hired a brand new team member for copywriting, and she will do all of the scripts for my clients. My clients know what types of reels to make. Then once we have all of that raw footage, we then clip it up for them, and then we get them views and they pay us money. That's the best part about scaling, because I'm not the one doing all of the deliverables for my client. I have my army of clippers, I have copywriters, I have my head admin that manages all of the back end. I have my entire sales team, my appointment setters, my growth partners. Everything is done with my team, because if I was doing it, it would be impossible to scale at the current level that I'm at. To make 10K a month, it'd be somewhat easy to do it all myself. To hit 6-figure months, then it's a lot different. It requires a lot more scaling power. Just posted on my IG story a fat dub for one of my favorite clients, hands down. I work with a lot of good people, but Bryce's message online definitely hits different. Most importantly though, follow me, bro. I'm about to hit 200K followers on Instagram. I archived a lot of my reels because I'm kind of doing like a little personal brand transformation, trying to be a little bit more like authentic and show the real side of me instead of just like all my wins and stuff like that on Instagram. But nonetheless though, it is 7:13. I just had a prospect no-show with my closer, which sucks. It happens. We have a 90% show rate because everyone wants to do clipping. And I have one last call on my Friday night at 8:45 p.m. Other than that, bro, after all this work, I'm finna eat some food and then I don't know, link the boys, or maybe even just take it easy tonight because I had a really rough week, I'm not gonna lie. Nonetheless though, we signed some new clients, the agency is scaling, we have tons of people working for us, everything is sick. I can't complain. The only thing I can complain about is I'm not nowhere near the goals I want to be at. I want to be making $10,000 profit per day, like what goes into Luca's pocket, not like revenue in the business. So I can comfortably make 300K a month profit. I'm not talking revenue, right? Revenue, I know I sound arrogant. It's easy to make 300K a month. I'm talking profit, right? For those who get me, you get me. For those people that haven't even started a business yet, I know I sound like a psychopath. When I used to hear people say like, I make 300K a month, I thought that was absolutely insane until I started my own business and basically set non-negotiables in my life to make sure I hit these goals that I want to hit. 300K is just a number, but that money is how you build generational wealth. I'm not looking to make, enough to make ends meet. I want to make money to live a comfortable life. I want to work hard. Hard work and fulfillment is what satisfies me, not settling for less. So that's why we're here at 7:15 on a Friday night. Not going on dates, bro. Not I haven't been on a date in so long just because like my mind isn't even ready for that. I barely go out with my friends, and when I do, it's just dinner. And to be honest, I'm just so locked in on my craft right now that I can't even let any sort of distraction like mess with me. I don't party, I don't even drink alcohol anymore. And if I do, it's at dinner. And a lot of the times I'm saying no just so I can stay as sharp as possible. And yeah, I know I sound lame to most people, but that's what I have to sacrifice in order to hit my goals. I'm 24 now, I'm old. I know in retrospect, like 24 is unk status, but in reality, 24, online business, living on your own, M3 competition in Toronto, where I'm from, that's pretty much unheard of. In Miami, that's like regular, right? But in Toronto, that's super unheard of. And I don't compare myself to others. I think it might even be wise to change where I live and go live in a place that makes me even more uncomfortable, because I notice right now Toronto's making me too comfy. Otherwise though, bro, the weather has been nice. It's been such beautiful weather in Toronto. I haven't even gone really outside today other than getting an energy drink. One thing I did today though was go to the gym, but I still didn't really go outside or like get any fresh air, so I think I'm gonna do that later. Just wrapped up my last call of the day, and your boy ordered food tonight. Not gonna lie, bro, it's Friday night. I'm not cooking for my ass. I have no meal prep. I'm eating the fucking burger. Ever come to Toronto or live in Toronto, this is the best burger spot of all time. Today we also got one payment, which is pretty decent, to be honest. We were actually expecting to close 2 6K per month deals, but it is better than nothing. Here's a little sneak peek of my business. This is where we usually onboard clients and we script content for their reels. We get edits done for their reels. We post them for them. Then once we have proof of concept, that's when we incorporate clipping. These are typically for like smaller clients that haven't started clipping. And here's one of the clients we just launched. Boom. 100K views in just over a week, and this client has never done clipping before, doesn't really go viral organically himself, and we're out here crushing numbers for this client. That's the best part. When you show the client and you kind of have that wow moment with them and they're impressed, that's how you know you're doing a good job. That's like the best feeling on top of obviously making money. Bang! 1.3 million views in just over a week for this one client. Fire. Absolutely fire. All my clients are happy right now. Everything's going really good. Not gonna lie, there was just some unfortunate news that I saw, as some of you are aware watching this video. I had some things happen in my personal life as well, and that was just the cherry on top. Seeing a man with a family and 2 kids get murdered for having an opinion. If he got murdered for having an opinion, I think we all have a target on our back as human beings. When you try to speak the truth, or when you try to speak of something that you believe in and you have any sort of power on people, they're gonna eliminate you. We've seen it in history. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And if any of you are watching this video and have celebrated his passing in a negative way, do yourself a favor, unsubscribe, close this tab. Here's a personal take of mine. I didn't agree with everything Charlie said. I probably agreed with 80% of what he said. But am I gonna hate somebody for having an opinion? No. I'm just gonna disagree with him, or maybe even dislike what he said, or maybe look at him a bit different. But am I gonna hate him for it? No. Why? I don't know. I was raised in a certain way that if I just disagreed with somebody, I shouldn't automatically hate them. I mean, you know the saying, never judge a book by its cover. Just because you saw one clip of what he said and you disagreed with him doesn't mean you should be celebrating his death. If you guys go to ClipLab's Instagram, ClipLabs at ClipLabs HQ, you can see we work with some Christian influencers, and we work with them for a reason, because I'm Christian and I want that message being poured out there, right? And I respect all religions and all opinions, whatever. I respect whatever you might have to say. But now I'm concerned for some of the people that we mass market on social media. And we get our clients, tens of millions of views, if not hundreds of millions of views per month. And we push their message, their content. And with one of my clients, and I'm not going to say his name, just hope that he keeps doing what he's doing. He uses his influence for a better purpose in this world. Because what they did was try to scare us from not speaking up. What they did was try to instill fear in people like you and I to not speak up and speak our opinion, and to be scared in the event that can happen to you if you do speak up. There's consequences. But at the end of the day, if we can't voice our opinions, whatever your opinion might be, then do we really live in a free world? I go with my instinct as a fellow Christian, as a fellow follower of Jesus Christ. And Charlie was a man of God. He was also fellow Christian. And I see him nothing more than a brother in Christ. Just like how I do with a lot of other people I support and a lot of other people I might disagree with. But yeah, sorry for going on the rant. I feel like this needs to be talked about more. And I know my platform is about business, making money young, my new car and stuff like that I've been recording lately. But I haven't been able to find any joy in anything in the last 24 hours. And quite frankly, I haven't even been able to think straight while doing my work. And it's probably the best that I just stay off Twitter and social media and whatnot, because in all honesty, it's a waste of time. But nonetheless though, enough with the rant. Today, we made some decent money in the agency. Be honest, outside of all this stuff happening in the world, this week I haven't really been able to sleep properly either, because I've been so locked in with my business. Regardless though, do you fuck with the new furniture for the apartment? Honestly, I'm low-key working on signing a really big client for my agency. A lot of the biggest clients I've actually signed was from word to mouth. And that was simply from just making content about what I do and from doing good for people. So let's say I get a client and it's Drake, right? If I do really good for him, he's gonna tell 10 of his friends, right? That's just an example. Obviously, wouldn't do that, but that's just one example. Just pulled up to a spot right now. Honestly, I've been doing this quite often, of just literally going outside, parking my car and just sitting here. Tonight, I just finished calling with my entire sales team, make sure they're in check for the entire week, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that are closing deals for the agency. I got to keep their morale high, make sure they have all their questions answered, and they feel happy that they're working with us. I want to make sure anybody that works with my agency feels happy that they're working with us. Honestly, I just pull up to a random spot sometimes at night, just sit down, or I'll go for a walk and kind of just detach my brain from reality for a bit. Stop thinking about business, stop thinking about work, get my steps in. Because at the end of the day, life's too short to just sit on your computer all day and work. At that point, then the money is just not even worth it if you're on your computer for 24 hours a day, if I'm being frank. It doesn't even make sense to do that. It does when you have to get work done, but in reality, you don't have to sit on your computer for 18 hours a day to make good money. Maybe during the grind phase, like I mentioned, but in reality, you don't. My favorite part of the day recently, like I said, is literally going outside, calling with my sales team, making sure everyone's super good, super dialed for tomorrow, kind of recapping what happened today, what we all could have done better. Then on a daily basis, my entire team's making sure my clients are all in check, everyone's happy with the results they're getting. And then I have to delegate my entire software company, which is a whole other project, a work in progress that I want to scale to making millions of dollars per month. At the end of the day, we only live once. Why settle for less? Bro, when I'm out on a random, I don't even know what the date is today, Tuesday. It's like I'm playing GTA 5. Like, I know it sounds so corny saying that. Finished all my work today, went to the gym, got my steps in, now I'm outside just doing whatever the hell I want. Do I do this for YouTube mostly? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. A lot of people think like, oh, in order for me to start a business, I gotta read like 40 books and then like study and do research. No, you do both at the same time. You learn and you execute. Because if you're just going to be the type of person that's like going to research and learn all day and read a bunch of useless books without actually executing anything you learned, then it's all useless. Every time I read something new, I try and implement that either into my business or into my life. Whether that's the Bible or an Alex Hormozy book or a book about mindset, it doesn't matter. Honestly, man, super blessed to have this thing. Even though it's just a BMW M3, I don't even care. This is like one of 7 of my dream cars that I need to have before I turn 30. It's just an M3. I absolutely love this thing. I just finally got it broken in. I did the service. I just hit the kilometers. I've been driving it around a lot just so I can get the break-in service done. And believe it or not, I haven't even floored this car yet. I haven't launched it. I've been just babying it until I got it broken in. It just got the break-in service today. And I gotta order a POV mount for my head so I can just do like a drives with this thing. I just got a text from one of my prospects that want to launch this week at an $8,000 per month budget with my agency, and I have another pending deal for $7.5K per month with somebody that you guys might know, but I don't want to talk about it until it's closed. If it does close, you guys will see it at Clip Labs HQ on my agency Instagram. I want to work with more info clients. That's the goal. Everyone's selling info. A lot of people are making money off info, and I want to scale people that sell info because I know they have money and I know they have good content. If you guys like these, I'll make more of these types of videos. I'll show a bit more of the actual business side than I usually do. I just feel like it's really boring, so I try and like cut out a bunch of stuff. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.